be honest with you guys, when it comes to life and when it comes to me being outspoken and when it comes to spirituality, you're going to be constantly tested with your new life and your new faith because people have never seen you go that way. So it's going to be people and things that's going to question, is it real for you? Is this really you? And you just have to keep fighting and keep showing it every day. And eventually life will settle down and things will come together. But you're going to be tested when you first change because it's going to be certain people in your life that just not going to understand the change that you making to better yourself. And you just got to stick with it. Day after day, it's going to be a fight because it's going to be a little weird because ain't nobody ever seen you do the things you're doing. But if it makes you comfortable, you just have to stick with it, and spirit is gonna stand behind you. And as you keep going and keep getting more confident, your life gonna get more comfortable and it's gonna get easier. But you just have to work at it and work at it and work at it. Eventually, your life will accept it and it'll become calmer. But when you first make the change, it's gonna be a big difference in your life. It's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna change, but you just have to stay with it and stay dedicated to it, and life will work out. But it's gonna constantly test you once you make the change to see like if you gonna duck it or if you gonna move or if you gonna flinch. And you have to show life that you're not gonna flinch. That this is what I was meant to do. No matter how many times you test me, it's not going away and I'm not going away. I'm gonna be here doing what you asked me to do, regardless of how much you test me, regardless of how much you put me through. My faith is not gonna be shooken. My faith is not gonna be doubted. My faith is not gonna be questioned. Like you can try to shake me how much ever you want, but I'm gonna be right here doing the things you asked me to do. I'm gonna be right here dedicated to the things you asked me to be dedicated to. I'm gonna be right here doing what you wanted me to do. I'm not gonna be shook. I'm not gonna be moved. I'm not gonna be thrown off the direction. It's like a bucking bronco on a it's like a bucking bronco on a horse trail ride or on a bull show. I'm not gonna be bucked off. You can come at me any way you want to, but I'm not gonna be bucked off. My faith is gonna carry me through. My faith is strong, and my faith in God is forever. And I'm not gonna be thrown off, no matter how many ways He chooses to test me, or how many ways He chooses to see if my faith is gonna stand strong. I'm here to show Him, and I'm here to show faith and anything else that I'm committed to this process. No matter how tough my life gets, I never lose faith in Him, and I never lose faith in anything that I'm doing, no matter what, in my opinion. And I feel like God tests your faith once you commit to the life, with different things happening in your life to see if you're gonna lose faith. And I never will. And I feel like for anybody else, that's what you have to be ready for when you change your life over to living in faith. God is gonna test you to see how committed you are. He gonna make multiple things happen in your life, and it's gonna seem like the worst thing that ever happened when it first happened. But you have to stay committed to it because the blessing is gonna come behind it. You can't fold when the pressure comes in because if you fold, that's showing him you're not committed. You have to make it through the tough times to get to the blessings. And I know because I've made it through the tough times and got to my blessing and got my faith strong. And that's the way you get your faith strong. You have to have your faith tested so you can have a story to tell. Or that's what I believe because that's how I got strong in my faith. So just know it's gonna be a day in, day out grind. It's gonna be a test for your faith to see how committed you are. But you have to stay committed. You can't let the nothing shift you, shake you, or make you question your faith. You have to show your constant dedication by being tested in multiple ways. And I know because I've been tested in my faith in multiple ways on multiple days, on multiple occasions, but I never shift. I never let it be shaken. I never let myself be broken down or made to feel weak or made to feel anything. And I come out stronger for it. And you will too. Sometimes you'll be tested by people. Sometimes you'll be tested by things. But you have to stay committed to the process. And you will see the blessing in the end. And I have been tested multiple days and multiple different on multiple different occasions. But I have never shifted, and I never want you guys to shift. Stick to your faith and stick to your dedication, no matter what, and you will see the blessing. And I'm living proof of that, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though, from my personal spiritual process. It's gonna come in day out, day in, and day out in different ways. But you have to stay dedicated to your faith, and it will pay off. I'm living proof of that, in my opinion. But this is my opinion, though, from my personal spiritual experience. God is going to test your faith in multiple ways, but you have to stay dedicated. The deeper you stay dedicated, the more He will bless you with it, in my opinion. But that's my opinion, though, in my personal spiritual experience.